Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today we're very glad that Cast of Empires appeared nowhere in the Epstein documents and relieved we sit down to watch GL.DauT playing as the Bengalis in red take on Dark, playing as the Bohemians in blue. Now all the players heard their herdables explore their immediate surroundings and try to get their butts up, their rhino butts, up to Feudal Age ASAP. Why don't we take a look at the Civ matchup we will be watching today? Now, the Bengalis are an elephant civilization through and through. All of their elephants receive less bonus damage, are more resistant to conversion, and can be upgraded to attack 20% faster, which is amazing when you consider the fact that Bengalis get fully upgraded battle elephants, siege elephants, and their elephant archers also benefit from Parthian tactics. Now, in addition to that, all Bengali melee cavalry come with a small attack bonus against skirmishers, which does make their Feudal Age aggression or even their defense very cool to watch. Now, in order to support these slow, plodding, gray-butted animals on the battlefield... Oh, excuse me, I got distracted as I sometimes do by the zebra. It's a very beautiful zebra. Man, the wildlife in this game, or the herdables, the huntables, all of it's very pretty in any event. I'm sorry to start nerding out in the middle of the Civ description. In order to support they're basically elephants on the battlefield, Bengali monks come with a huge armor boost, +3/+3 to be specific, and their unique unit, the Ratha, is one of the most versatile but hated units in the game, being a chariot unit that can switch between ranged attack and melee mode with trample damage. Now, in order to support the Bengali army, every Bengali town center spawns 2 villagers for free when the next age is reached, and you guys know I try to catch that every single time the next age is reached, and sometimes, i.e. most of the times, I do miss it, and their entire villager and monk population can be upgraded to take 10% less population space. The way that works is each one of these villagers, each monk that they train, it counts for 0.9 population instead of the usual 1. And then, of course, you can use that extra space for more military or an even bigger economy so that you can train even more gray, wrinkly-butted elephants. Now, pivoting to the right side of the map, we've got the Bohemians in blue, a civilization that pushes its players towards gunpowder units by making the chemistry upgrade and hand cannoneers available in Castle Age. Think Burgundians and Cavaliers. That's what the Bohemians and hand cannoneers are. And they also have access to an upgrade that increases the speed of all of their gunpowder units by 15%. Now, before you think that they're just a one-trick hand cannoneer pony, the Bengalis, no, they're not the Bengalis. The Bohemians also have access to 2 powerful, unique gunpowder units. The first is their first unique unit, the Hussite Wagon, an incredibly tanky, powerful siege unit referred to as the Mobile Wall. Why is it called that? Because it protects units behind it from enemy projectiles by cutting the damage of those projectiles in half. Now, the second unique gunpowder unit designed to blow you to smithereens is the Haufnitze or Howitzer, an upgraded version of the already powerful bombard cannon that comes with more HP, better armor, higher damage output. I'm gonna have to take a breath here because the list goes on. A wider blast radius and a massive 250 attack bonus against buildings. But before you get too antsy in the pantsy, too excited, remember the cost to upgrade this unit from a bombard cannon to a Haufnitze costs more than going up to Imperial. And to provide backup for their expensive gunpowder units, the Bohemians do have a few interesting options. Their Spearman line units actually deal 25% more bonus damage, making them very deadly against cavalry. Or you can completely evolve your monk line by researching an upgrade that replaces the entire cost of gold for both monks and their technologies with food, essentially turning Bohemian monks into trash units. Hussite Reform's not exactly an upgrade we get to see very often, but like the Burgundians with the, oh my goodness, the Flemish Revolution, I always do want to see that feature taken here by the Bohemians. And by the way, against an elephant civilization, you are more likely to see that kind of unique technology being researched. Now, as every player knows, gunpowder units are pretty darn expensive, so to help them pay for them, Bohemian universities and blacksmiths cost 100 less wood, their mining camp upgrades are free, their markets work 80% faster, and their villagers are harder to raid because they benefit from 2 monk upgrades that make them move faster, I'm referring to fervor, and have more HP, I am referring to sanctity. That is the matchup we have today. Interestingly, both players have names that start with the letter D. Both are playing with civilizations that start with the letter B. Sesame Street would have an absolute conniption if they knew that this game was going on. But let's take a look at their bases, as both players are right about actually to hit Feudal Age. and a good time to look at the Bengali base. I might actually catch these 2 extra villagers pop out, and we'll see where DauT has queued them. Will they go jack lumber? Will they go take gold? Will they go pick more animal carcasses clean? 3, 2, 1, let's see it. Yeah, they're going to jack lumber. Usually they are put on lumber duty, although sometimes en route they start constructing things of their own volition. A very interesting wall off here by our Bengali. Anyway, Dark also right about to hit Feudal right as I get into that sentence. Anyway, man, oh man, is this base open. He's got 2 forests in the backwards position, like a pair of lungs, it looks like. And as we all know, forests are the lungs of the world, brought to you by the government of Canada and the World Wildlife Federation. We got the gold very exposed here to the front. Primary stone also very exposed to the front. And where are the additional resources? He's got a bit of extra gold in the forward position. A bit of, okay, this is nice and in the back. And where's the additional stone? Ooh, gross location. But this is a completely open base, and Dark is going to have a very fun time. DauT, our Bengali, has to immediately evacuate these lemon farmers. Oh, man. My favorite lemon bushes in the game with the pretty blue butterflies. Let's take a very quick look at our Bohemian base. Also 2 forests, although in the east and west direction. The north, the south, completely open as well. Primary gold, interestingly placed. Kind of easy to wall this off, kind of not. Okay, he is getting shooed away with a few skirmishers, is our Bohemian. So let's finish the base review very, very quickly. He's got a bit of gold in the back. He's got a bit of gold off to the side. And he's got also additional stone, just like our Bengali. I'm going to have trouble saying these civilizations' names. My goodness, the Bohemian, the Bengali. It's also annoyingly placed. Sorry, where is it? There it is. On a hill. But overall, also a pretty damn open base. So not too sure how the players are going to play this. Whether one will put on a good amount of aggression, whether one will wall himself in, whether both will wall themselves in, both will put on the aggression. Both of them have pretty exposed gold. Both of them have pretty exposed stone. Not exactly the 2 quickest civilizations in the game. But for now, 0 kills apiece. We're entering the 13th minute, or I guess we're in the 13th minute of the game. And the first kill goes to our Bengali, who guns down the opening scout of his opponent. And now should be able to shoo the rest of this force away. I mean, 7 skirmishers here in the forward position are going to do a pretty damn good job. Another unit dies for the Bohemian, and now he gets the hell away. Dark says, okay, I tried. Enough's enough. By the way, has DauT even seen his opponent's base? Yes, he has. Okay, so he's done the usual high elo loop-de-loop around his opponent's base, choosing not to enter into the ooey-gooey center to risk his scout's life. He knows where his opponent is. He doesn't really need to explore his town center just yet. And now our Bengali is chasing in. I don't expect him to get a lot of damage done with an army this week. I mean, I guess the scout does attack on a 5. These villagers should all have loom, by the way. And their monk upgrades that kick in won't kick in until Castle Age and until he actually researches them. So they're still stuck at their loom upgraded, loom enhanced statistics here. Ooh, and look at this, our Bengali going for a bit of a cup shape here to the left and to the right. And this is still, I mean, this is just hilarious. Why not build it here? Why is this here next to this dead? Oh my God, it says tree dead. Yikes. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen that. Are these also dead? Yeah, these are also dead. Have I seen this before? I don't think I've seen this before. Anyway, you're not here to listen to what I think I may have seen next to these. These have got to be dragon trees. Yeah, and these are palm trees. Okay. Okay. Players yet again meet in the center of the map, and this is exactly one of the possible outcomes that I was expecting, where because both of the players have very much open bases, both of them want to be the ones aggressing against the other so that they don't start losing villagers. And when both players want to aggress against each other, look, they're literally in the middle of the map, fighting it out for our entertainment pleasure. Those who are about to die on the sands of Arabia, salute us. Oh, another unit. I mean, it's 5 kills to 0 for our Bengali. That being said, our Bohemian, he is not giving up this high ground. He wants the extra damage. DauT, I guess, kind of, but not really, retreats to his own high ground. I don't know. I feel like 14 skirmishers. Okay, never mind. Not against 10. Actually, maybe 14 against 10. Could still win, even on the low ground. What are the upgrades? 1-0 to 1-0. Okay, so both of them have invested in attack upgrades. None of them have attacked into armor upgrades. have invested into armor upgrades. My goodness. Some days, you guys know, just the old brain to mouth connection seems like it's a little screwy. I don't know if it's this 4:30 p.m. nighttime that we have here in Toronto, but I don't know what the hell it is. Sometimes the words just, they come out all loopity loop. Let's see what the players are building. They're both starting to bank a good amount of resources. Our Bohemian is down 4 villagers. 2 villagers is expected with those 2 ones for free. 4 is a little much. He's also way behind in the resources. DauT looks like he's going to click up to castle right as I look at right at the top left of our screen. Archery range and stable blacksmith for our Bohemian. What do we got here? Archery range blacksmith for our Bengali, who begins mining stone in earnest, defending this stone as well. It's unfortunate that there's no high ground anywhere for these skirmishers to patrol. But DauT has rebuilt his military. His forces are out. He's invested a significant amount of food into these 4 additional scouts. Those 4 scouts are basically the food expenditure that could have gotten his butt up to Castle Age. So he is going to be very much behind. He pokes in, he sees a whole bunch of skirmishers. Holy shit, 16 skirmishers. DauT, there's a game plan here. Something's afoot, and he does not want any kind of issues. He does not want any kind of headache to deal with anything. But 13 skirmishers from the Bohemian are moving in as well. So we've got the Battle of the Skirmishers. You know, when I introduce one civilization as the quintessential elephant civilization, the other as the quintessential gunpowder civilization, you best believe we're going to enter Castle Age with a whole buttload of skirmishers. But remember, the Bengali, their mounted cavalry comes, their cavalry comes with a nice attack bonus against skirmishers. And now he tries to bust into this side of the base, does our Bohemian. Okay, I like the use of this scout by DauT here, kind of just checking to see if there's any reinforcements, placing them right in the center. Their line of sight, of course, increases once the next age is reached. And I, of course, again missed where the 2 villagers popped out of, or rather where they popped out to. We know where they popped out of, the town center. Palisade being busted into, but a backup palisade being built. DauT gets a few shots off against these skirmishers, but they're going to be elite in 14 seconds, and he's still 30 seconds away from Castle Age. He's investing in cavalry armor upgrades. Scout does die. Skirmisher dies as well. Okay, now DauT has to get the F away from here. He cannot take on elite skirmishers with a few very damaged. Oh no! Why did I think these were very, very damaged? What DauT is going to do is go knights. Okay, so 2 knights. Let's see how many stables he's plopped down for himself. Just 2. Monastery immediately being constructed. The Ark of the Covenant lowered for Indiana Jones to find later on in the game. Does our Bengali have a monastery? Yeah, he's got his own competing Ark of the Covenant being shoved into its secret compartment. Elite skirmishers and bodkin also en route for our Bohemian. So okay, to see skirmishers versus skirmishers with a few knights added in, and there we go. There's Fervor. We'll take a look at his villagers in a second because their stats are going to improve as well. Husbandry being researched. Heavy plow for our farming Bengali. Let's take a look at these villager stats now. Take a look. Where is it? Sorry, there is a movement speed's 1.01. Up 15% compared to the 0.8. No, I'm sorry, one sec. I think my baby just woke up. I don't think we can hear him though. It's okay. Another little scuffle ensues here in front of the Bengali base. So far, our Bengali playing it very defensive, going up to 4 town centers. I wonder if that's indicative that we're going to see elephants, because that's a lot of villager production out of him. He's ahead 18 villagers right now. And so usually when an elephant civilization starts adding more and more and more town centers and plopping down a bigger and bigger economy with more farms, generally indicative that we're going to see some kind of elephant play. Although I have been known to call things wrong in the past. 2 red monks, 1 blue monk. What are you? You are just a scout from the Dark Ages. I mean, right now, what we're witnessing is a little bit of a... I mean, what do I call this? A game plan? A meta? I feel like both of the players want to get into super late game here because they started off very much aggressive against each other. I mean, Dark pushed into our Bengali, and then our Bengali pushed him back. They started fighting in the middle of the map, and all of a sudden, they're still here with the same exact army they had 10 minutes ago. Upgraded a little bit. I mean, look at the HP on these skirmishers. Holy shit, they're down 2/3 of their HP. Even with the high ground, I'm worried for them here. Oh, the 3 knights have to get the hell away because there's 3 monks. They can one-shot these knights all the live long day. But all of a sudden, everyone's got cold feet. They were in love with fighting. They said yes when they proposed battles to each other. And now they've gotten a bit of cold feet. It looks like a castle going up for our Bengali here. So we'll see if that's for pikes, which will allow his elephants to attack 20% faster. I believe Bengalis, they don't get thumb ring. Yeah, they don't get thumb ring because otherwise with pikes, it would just be a little too unfair. Oh my god, he's going Rathas? Okay, all right. Let's see it. Rathas, I mean, in theory, according to, what is it? What's that website with all the information for the various civilizations? Not Liquipedia, it's the fan, I forget what the hell it's called, but according to that website, whose name I can't remember and therefore can't reference, the Rathas, ooh, good snipe there by the castle, does have ballistics. Okay, so he's going ranged Rata. I mean, the Rata, okay, I'm going to finish my train of thought. Designed to replace the knight and the crossbow initially, in terms of power and their stats. So we'll see what he can get done here. Now, the developers listened to the Vox Populi. They listened to all of us when we said the Rata is just... I mean, you spend your entire bankroll upgrading it, and then it dies to skirmishers because it has literally every armor that is countered by every unit in the game. And so their response was, okay, well, we'll just increase the cavalry archer armor by 1. And my thinking of that is, okay, that's great. Now you've got 1 cavalry archer armor, but number 1, the armor means nothing against bonuses. Oh no, he gets caught out here. Armor means nothing against bonuses because bonuses apply after armor is already taken into consideration. And number 2, it's not the quantity of the armor, it's the actual different types of armor that this unit has. I mean, look at this. It's got archer armor, cavalry archer armor, unique unit armor. So samurai even have a field day. I mean, samurai have a field day with almost all, I shouldn't say all unique units. But that's 4 different armor classes that are vulnerable to counters. And we've got a bit of a multi-front situation here where a Rata in melee mode is attacking a Mangonel, a knight is attacking into a body of skirmishers who themselves are trying to pick off skirmishers as the Rathas retreat here. Looks like our Bengali has managed to save his villagers. He did lose 11 in total though, and now the Ratas close in. They're in melee, so now the cool thing, another change, take a look at the bottom there. Area of effect range 0.5. Fancy schmancy talk for trample damage. And I believe they do 20% damage and trample damage. So 2 damage within a half-tile radius is pretty damn good, I think. So a few little touch-ups here and there to make the Ratha more powerful. By the way, what the hell is this? A monk must have died here. A monk must have dropped this. There's no way he built that town center like that, unless all of a sudden there's game mechanics I'm not aware of. We've got 2 relics to 1 for our Bohemian. Let's take a look at the bases as the players have disengaged. It looks like our Bohemian's expanding a bit in the southwesterly direction. 4 archery ranges, a siege workshop. How much stone does he have? He's a little bit away from getting his own castle. Has enough now that I finished that sentence. A market. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 town centers. Our Bengali also expanding in the southern direction here. So they're kind of expanding towards each other, but not really. No one is choosing to expand in the obvious straight direction here. How many town centers? 1, 2, 3, 4 for our Bengali, and he is 30 seconds away. There's pikes. Okay, so the pikes upgrade also applies to Radhas, just something I missed in a previous game. I think many moons ago. So that is a good upgrade to get. We're getting 9 Radhas in range mode. 2 villagers pop out. 2 villagers pop out. Not too sure about the ones over here, but that's why he has 4 town centers, so that he can get 8 free villagers. And he is now ahead 17 villagers. Some of these Radhas are in melee. Some of them are in range. Doesn't really matter. The castle's not going to give 2 rats. Oh my god, we're getting a Hussite wagon. Okay. What are the upgrades on the Radha? +1/+1 at the moment. He still has a whole body of skirmishers. Their HP is terrible. They're about a half HP right now. And yeah, let's see it. Dark is a minute and a half away from Imperial himself. Where are the Trebs for red? They are nowhere close to being at all a threat here. Still a few seconds away from being completed. Still a few seconds away from slowly being pushed into the center here so they can attack. Probably should take the high ground with them. And look at that. We're back to the 10-minute mark of the game where we got skirmishers fighting skirmishers. But now a few Radhas are joining in as well. It's very, I don't want to say annoying, because this game is never annoying to me, but it's very hard sometimes when we watch the Bengalis, especially now that, I mean, let's see if the Ratha can be made into a viable unit. Not exactly the greatest unit. One gets converted here, but it's hard to sometimes see which one is in range and which one is in melee. I mean, I guess you can highlight them like this, and the ones holding a bow and arrow obviously are in ranged mode, but when you're trying to cast it and kind of dive into the battle or something like that very quickly, it does strain the eyes a little bit. Both players are in Imperial. Elite Radha, Blast Furnace, Chemistry, Bracer, Block Printing. Okay, so both players, yeah, I had a feeling, I had a sense based on how they were kind of touch and go in Castle Age that these players really did want to enter into Imperial. The Radhas, are they in melee? Yeah, they're in melee mode now. Oh man, there's pikemen here too. And this is what I'm talking about. The pikemen will add 22 damage. Oh, sorry, 28. I forgot it's Bohemian, right? An extra 25%. So the pikemen do 28 extra damage against the Radha. The elite skirmisher does Archer 4, Cav Archer 2, 6 extra damage against them. So they're still not great. That battle was just an absolute atrocity. But atrocity or not, it is just a battle. It is not the entire war, and we've got 2 trebuchets bombarding this, and we've got elite battle elephant on the way. Okay, another castle. Our Bengali is clogging up the works here with 5 freaking castles. He does not want those Hussite wagons attacking into the front of his base. I mean, look at the who does this? 3 castles. When's the last time we saw any pro player do this with 3 castles like that, clumped in a Bermuda Triangle of death here? Oh, our Bohemian's out of stone. He's getting Hussite reforms. Oh my god. Did he see elephants? How did he know? How did he know? Maybe he didn't know. He's out of stone, which means he's going to lose this castle, unable to repair it. There is a band of Radhas here to the south. They're going to be able to one-shot these villagers, but how the hell did he know about Hussite reforms? How did he know that our Bengali was pivoting into elephants? Does he have a spy? No. Okay, Radhas. Or maybe they're just for the Radhas. Maybe I'm just being histrionic here. Halberdier upgrade as well. So that 32 bonus is going to be 40. 40. And in roll the Hussite wagons. Also a unit that's been tinkered with endlessly in the last few patches. Is it better? Is it worse? I have no freaking clue. They fire all their projectiles at once now. What's happening here? A bunch of skirmishers taking down an outpost. They fire their projectiles all at once. They messed around with the HP. They messed around with the attack strength. This is a lot of Radhas though. Holy moly. 36 of them. This is the entire Radha force here. And remember, they can go into melee mode. The Hussite wagon is not a unit you can engage into with, oh my god. You can't even see the halberdiers. They die immediately. What? This is what happens when you try to engage into 36 units of any kind with 8 or 10 of your own. You get absolutely slaughtered. But you know what? The Rata might be the perfect unit against the Hussite Wagon. Because as I was going to say, the Hussite Wagon, because of its insane Pierce armor, which is, I think we saw it was a 7, and this is just a basic Hussite Wagon. I believe it jumps to a 10 once it's in Elite version. You can just switch to melee mode. And as you can see, it has no melee armor. None at all. So your Rata is basically like a Latus. I mean, this is interesting. Is DauT making the Rata a viable unit here? He penetrates the inside of the base. 36 have become 34. They've got 35 kills, 15 villagers. He is just one-shotting villagers, monks, everything he possibly can. Okay, but the Halberdiers are here. The Hussite Wagon is here. These guys are still in range mode. They got caught out. 4 of them die immediately. What an absolute bonkers little turn of events here. DauT plunging his Rata sword into the guts of the base as more Hussite Wagons are being trained here. He got Hussite reforms. He's only got 4 monks. What was the point of that? Oh, he doesn't have any food. Dark is basically broke. He's got 200 population with what? 137 villagers, 35 glorified pikemen. Oh, no. Oh, goodness gracious. So the pikemen, the halbs, the skirmishers are going to get caught out. They're going to catch up. But man, oh man, was that a costly little engagement there. That being said, here, Bengali is getting pushed back, but pushed back, like I said, the Bermuda Triangle of Death is, these 3 castles are going to have their way. They're going to ragdoll these halberdiers. Another one gets converted. Man, is it hard to see the Ratas very clearly. And look how little damage they're doing to the Hussite Wagon. It takes literally 30 of them, 24 of them. How many shots to kill one? Begun. The hit and runs have here. DauT has to choose. Do I want to take out the halbs? Do I want to kill villagers? Or do I just want to run the hell away? Because it looks like... Okay, never mind. I thought this was an attack of some kind. Here come the elephants. What the hell happened here? A whole bunch of halberdiers died to a few elephants. These guys must be damaged. Oh my god, look at this guy. He's got 9 HP. The castle needs to target that one immediately. Ratas on the high ground are fighting. I mean, 36 has become 20. They've got 62 kills, 21 villagers, and now they're just going to melee mode. Why didn't he do that before? I have no idea, but they are now in melee mode. And there are even more and more and more of them. Our Bengali must have researched Mahayana because I'm seeing 54 and 122 is 174. And he's got 164 supply, which tells me he upgraded his villagers to take up less population space. And the Ratas close. The elephants come into support. But the Hussite Wagons are standing strong to the north. To the south, they're being killed by the overwhelming Bengali numbers. Oh my god, this elephant is just not dying. Oh, mama. That was amazing to watch, but the Hussite Wagons are still around. Are they elite? They're still not elite. More and more of them are dying. It looks like red is just everywhere inside of blue's base. Blue seems to have lost 20 villagers in the last few minutes. He's holding the front. Oh my god. Where did you come from? This is what I thought our Bengali wanted to do originally with all those town centers and this, but oh, there's no murder holes. Of course there's no murder holes. They're allergic to getting that upgrade, that technology. So let's see what's going on here to the south. I thought I saw action. I apologize. There's nothing here. The Ratas summon melee, summon range. They're gunning down monks. They're gunning down Hussite Wagons. Monks, 4 of them. Why did you get Hussite reforms if you don't have the food to support it? Another castle should fall. Our Bohemian does finally have a little bit of stone, but not enough to do anything with it here, especially not with elephants going to kill every single villager that's repairing. And by the way, there's a whole bunch of villagers repairing. Not anymore, though. Let's zoom out. We've got Hussite Wagons moving to reinforce, but too little, too late. Another band of elephants, 7. Lucky number 7. And look at this Bengali army. What the hell do you do against 40 elite battle elephants? 28, 30 Ratas. Has DauT cracked the code to using the Bengalis? 1 gets converted, 2 get converted, so 2 monks do die. And this is essentially what Dark has to do here. Are the Trebs attacking? What are they attacking? The lumber camp? This is what our Bengali has, our Bohemian has to do. More and more monks, more and more conversions. Turn your army's strength into your strength. Turn your army's army, your opponent's army rather, into your army. When universities cost 75 wood, this is what you do. This is the kind of wall off that you have with them. Just like the Saracens use their markets that way. That is a fun thing to watch here. I mean, that's just hilarious. 18 army count, 110 villager. Our Bohemians numbers, they are falling. He's down 35 supply. His monks, you've got full health. Why aren't you? Okay, they are converting. No, they're not. They're healing villagers. What was the point of Hussite reforms if you're not going to pump out monks? A couple of elephants chasing villagers to the north. And oh my goodness, did GL.DauT do it? Did GL.DauT? I mean, that's going to be a tongue twister. Did GL.DauT do it? Did GL.DauT defeat? I'm trying to come up with a clever rhyme, but I am not that clever. 24 with 46 kills. So just shy of 2 kills a unit. And I honestly don't think our Bohemian expected the pivot into elephants. By the way, remember, they get 25% more bonus damage. So take a look at that. Cavalry plus 40, but then don't forget, look at the last attack bonus. War Elephant 35. So these halberdiers do 75 bonus damage every time they poke an elephant. 75 bonus damage. This is not a Vietnamese elephant with 420 HP. It's not a Persian war elephant with 620 HP. This is just 320. So 4 halberdiers in theory should be able to one-shot an elephant. Why didn't he train more halberdiers? Why didn't he train more monks? Who is John GL.DauT? I mean, I don't know here. That was an absolute epic play out of our Bengali. I mean, our Bohemian did as well as he possibly could have, I think. Maybe invested a bit too much into Hussite wagons. Like I said, the Rata being able to switch between ranged and melee makes it an absolute beast against this unit. Because unlike every other unit in the game that is stuck in whatever it is, you know, the leopard cannot change his spots. A boyar can no more throw that axe than a longbow can stab you with his arrow, sort of thing. But these guys can. So this is basically the perfect counter to this Hussite wagon, which again has 0 melee armor. These guys attack now on a 10. Not the greatest attack, but they also do 2.5 trample damage. Why did our Bohemian not pump out more halberdiers? I see a number of barracks, 5 barracks. Was he at least training some before the end? Yeah, he was training 12. Okay, so he just got completely blindsided. He got completely surprised by the presence of these elephants. And like I said, the Bohemians are, I mean, as much as the Rata is a versatile unit, Bohemian halberdiers are not a unit you want to sleep on. Look at these bonus numbers. Camel 33, cavalry 40, elephant 35. They're just freaking ridiculous, that extra 25% bonus damage that they do. But in any event, it is not our Bohemian we should be focusing on. It is our Bengali who shows us. Perhaps, can it be the Rata? An actual workable unit? Maybe when mixed with battle elephants? Wow. What a fun game. And like I said, aggression from minute 1 when our Bohemians kept attacking our Bengali, and then they met in the center of the map. And then there was a bit of a quiet time where they were just poking and prodding at each other with their elite skirmishers. And I thought we were going to build up into a big Imperial Age fight. And I was not disappointed. Let's take a look at the numbers. Oh my God. 449 kills to 180, 104 villager kills to 22. Literally 5 times the villager kill count, literally triple the total, not triple, double in a bit, the total kill count. Wow, 128 Ratas, 161 halberdiers. In theory, the halberdiers should do a pretty good job here. But as we saw GL.DauT with the kiting and the hit and runs just everywhere, I mean, he used these Ratas like they were cav archers, and sometimes he used them like they were paladins, and they were just absolutely epic. Peak APM, middle of the game, peak APM, beginning of the game. Economies, not too dissimilar, about 10%, relics 3-2, not playing a role, but all of the resources going to our Bengali. Conversions, let's see it. Oh, this is so disappointing. This is really disappointing. 13 conversions out of 221. I wanted at least 10 or 15% of the army to get converted here. but 13 out of 221 is what, barely 6%, just a little under 6%. Oh, that is unfortunate. By the way, is Mahayana a military upgrade, or is it a economic upgrade? Because I don't see it anywhere here. It's an Imperial Age upgrade, so we just really need to look after the Imperial Age is reached. There's Blue with his Hussite reforms. Where's Red? This thing always confuses me. Or maybe not. Maybe there was no Mahayana. There's even Parthian tactics for those for his units. So let's see, actually look at the numbers. So 119 and 58, 169, 176, and there's 165. No, so he definitely did research Mahayana. These villagers would take up 10 or 12 per population less. Yeah, so it's exactly 12, right? Because this would be 177 minus 12 is 165. Okay, so he did research Mahayana. Good luck to you if you can find it anywhere in this jumble here. And it makes it very hard when it pops out this information graphic. Where the actual hell is it? I am like a dog with a bone here. I see conscription. I see chemistry. Am I looking at the wrong civ? No, it's red. We saw the elite battle elephant. Maybe it's somewhere up here. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. DauT showing us that with the proper micro, with the proper economic backup, and more importantly, with the proper numbers, that this unit can actually be pretty badass. I mean, he took on fully upgraded elite skirmishers. He took on possibly one of the most dangerous halberdiers in the game with 25% more bonus damage. And he just crushed them all and crushed the center position, destroyed anything and everything. Although there's a majority of this looks like it's Ratha units. I love the death animation, by the way. Look how cool this is. Like the sinking into the sands of time. And it is with those Rathas and with the absolute epic use of them that our Bengali takes the W. But wow, what a fun game. GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.